Samah.
Hello, Michelle.
It always makes me happy. I don't
Yeah,
know. I could be like totally grumpy. And obviously, we talk before we hit the record button, and we could be like, "Rah, rah, 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 rah," and then we start recording. It's like, hello, Samah. And I immediately smile. So
me, I love it. I love and I missed it. I missed
I
you singing
know.
for me. Yeah.
I know. I did do it in person when I saw you in Asia. I was like,
Yeah. But since Asia until now, it's almost like 4 weeks, I think, like
I
3 weeks.
know.
So it's too
Three
long.
weeks, yeah.
I need it once a week.
Same. I'll just have to record it. And then weeks when we're not recording, I'll just like press send and you'll be like, there it is. You should set that as your ringtone on your phone. So when I
I
text
will
you, it
do
goes,
it. And
hello,
also
Sama.
messages, like when I get messages, that will be fun. Right?
Speaking
This is for you. You need to make a ringtone from it.
well, it's funny because I think about when we were in Asia. So we were at WordCamp Asia in Manila, Philippines, which by the way, super sweaty, super hot, super muggy and humid and everything. And I loved every moment of it. I might not have smelled great every moment of it because I was super
No,
sweaty,
it
super hot,
smells great. It smells great.
but it was lovely. It was only the second time that you and I have ever seen each other face to face. And yet every time I see you, it's like we are such best friends that I think I've been in your presence like physically forever. And it's only been twice.
You're so sweet. Me too, but I want to see you more. Like, I wish
I know.
Art camp is like 2 weeks. I know. I hope nobody will listen to us and do it, but it's a little bit longer. I love big word camps, but it's so busy. You get so rushed and you
Yeah.
all of the awesome people, but it's so difficult sometimes and you need to be here, you need to be there. So
Yeah.
I hope they will make it a little bit longer one day. One
That
day.
would be nice, yeah, for sure. And maybe we can plan an extra day at one of them and just hang out.
That would be awesome before,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
after
yeah.
you have
We're too
energy.
tired. Too tired. It has to be before, for
Yeah,
sure.
definitely.
Go out and find some good food and maybe do a little shopping. I don't know, something like that would be fun.
I love that.
But WordCamp Asia, I thought for the most part was pretty good. I know you had some struggles with your booth and things like that, which kind of put a shadow over your experience there, which was not fun, but I had a blast.
It was, but then I decided I want to have fun. I met amazing people like Faisal
Yeah.
from the Bangladesh community he's leading the polyglot table, and Rega, and like million people, because a lot of them with the Yoast Care Fund and Diversity Fund, they only see the image, and it was really
Mhm.
nice to hear the voice and communicate with people.
Yeah.
Um, and also it was how can I say too busy but good busy. But I
Yeah.
was not happy on one thing. I missed one important thing. They had the rubber duck challenge or WordCamp duck, and I
I
missed it.
I
I don't know
did
how I
too.
missed it. I was
I
so like,
know.
what? Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I even saw those rubber ducks around. Those like they were the mini ones, right? I'm like, I wonder what that's for. And I didn't know till it was all over, and I was like, I could have been collecting those.
Me too. I love you, but I will push you to take one.
I know, right?
Like
Exactly.
like we're good friends. I will take one and then.
I would have handed them over great gladly. I know how much you like
Yeah,
rubber
you're so
ducks.
sweet. You're so sweet.
I even brought you a rubber duck, like not rubber, but ducky cool keychain when I
Yeah,
saw you there.
and also the year before I have them, the cool earrings. Like I
Earrings.
remember you give them to me, you give them to Taco, and Taco
Yeah,
brought them. And the next podcast I was wearing, and you
I
showed me.
remember. I remember. That was awesome. That was awesome. You know, it's International Women's Month or
Yes.
Women's Month, Women's History Month. I think it's called a bunch of different things. And last Saturday was International Women's Day. And one of the things that I was unaware of until we were in Asia is that I'm not going to get her title right. Let me pull her up really quick. But the undersecretary, let's see, what is her title? She is Undersecretary for the Department of Information and Communications Technology for all of the Philippines. Joselle Batapa Sige is her name. I hope I pronounced it right. She is a badass woman. Like she is running the technology or the undersecretary for basically all the technology for the Philippines, which is thousands of islands. I think
Yeah.
a lot. It's a
7,000. Yeah.
7,000 islands. And I was very honored because she knew who I was. I had no idea who she was at first because I don't follow international politics because it overwhelms me. But she had a gift for me and she thanked me for coming to the Philippines, which just was so amazing to me. I was very, very honored and very humbled by that. And like, but talk about a badass woman in like International Women's Day or Women's Month, right? So, like, I just wanted to make sure that I brought her up and gave her the kudos that she so deserves. And since Asia, I have been following her socials. She is a powerhouse. I mean, talk about a badass lady. Like, that woman is amazing, just amazing. So, we'll have to tag her in this episode. Um, I've messaged her. I don't think she's seen the message yet, but I want to get her on the podcast. And she said that when we were in person, that she would try to find a way to do that. So maybe we'll have her on the podcast soon, which would be pretty nice.
Yeah.
But it's let's celebrate the women in WordPress. I've been doing little 5 minute interviews. Some people talk a lot, and some of them are 7 minutes, but it's hard to cut off people when they're like sharing such good information. But I've been doing recordings. I put some of them out so far. I'm going to put out more over this weekend when I have time to just like not be recording because I've done probably 30 already and I have another
Wow.
20 to go. Almost 50 women have signed up for these 5 minute interviews, introducing them to the entire WordPress community. I mean, some of them are well-known names, some of them aren't, which is super nice because I love like sharing new people.
Yeah.
And some of them were so new. Like I spoke to one woman yesterday, and afterwards she said, I was so nervous. This is the first time I've ever done anything like this. And I'm like, well, you didn't look nervous. It was perfect. And so
Nice.
it's really fun. You know, it's there are names and faces that people recognize immediately in WordPress, and then but bringing new women's faces into it, it just makes me like it gives me goosebumps. It makes me so happy. So the fact that like 50 women want to participate in this is to me phenomenal, and it's just been so much fun. And I have trans women as well. So we're truly representing. And so far, somebody from every continent, except if you're listening and you are on the African continent, I want to talk to you so that I can say we've talked to women and shown the strong women on every continent. Well, not Antarctica because it's not really habitable. They're only there for a couple months. But anyway, the inhabitable continents around the world. And I'm just so I know I say this a lot, like I'm humbled and I'm honored that people allow me and trust me to share their stories through the media that I have at my disposal, through underrepresented tech, through Post Status, through Coffee Talk, through the different things that I do. And I just want to celebrate and shout out all the women. And I know that there are misogynists, and I know that there are even women who think that men should have take precedence over women. And I'm sorry for those people. I wish that they, as long as they're happy in their lives, who am I to say anything? But when they are so protestant to the rest of us that we should be quiet as well, that's when it becomes really difficult to listen to. But it's just, we are strong. We are so many women, not only in the world, but specifically in our sphere, right? In tech and in WordPress. And to be able to show the world how strong we are and how many of us have such deep devotion and intelligence and all of that is just super exciting to me. Now I've been talking a lot. It's your turn.
No, I agree with you. Like that, we still talking. Of course, I'm really happy with the International Women's Day to celebrate, and also the whole month. It was sad. Usually at Yoast office, we get together and we have a lunch or to do some small celebration. And also in our Women in Newfold Europe Empowerment group, we are doing a lot of sessions. Even we're volunteering in women's shelter in Netherlands and all
Wow.
across around Europe. It's really important this month because we still talking because people that saying like, is the problem still exist? Hell yeah, they still
Yeah.
existing, and the numbers are so shocking. And also with the all of it happening now in the world with the politics, of course, with the United States and everywhere around the world, we still need to talk to support each other, to uplift each other. Of course, about to talk about the unpaid labor or um, the unemployment rates because women were more affected than men because we are all of the time the women choose to stay at home to raise a family or to take care of the family and the
Mhm.
unpaid labor we are the most of the time doing it the extra job and of course we're not going to talk we're still talking, but I don't know I'm going to talk about it today, but we're still, of course, the leader position or the corporate leadership around the world. We're still not there. We're not even close. And the gender weight gap, we're still talking about it. Yes, it's still
Yeah.
2025. We're still talking about it. But this month is awesome. And I'm really happy to celebrate every woman in my life, work, personal, friends, everyone. And that is to highlight a lot of women. There is a funny book. I never read it before. I don't know if you ever read it. It's called Why Men Hate Women. And
No.
it's for Adam Jenkins. It's like 2021. That book, I want to read it. I want to understand why men hate women. Or maybe that's not really what is the title of the book, like what's the talk about. I know the Guardians mentioned article about it, but that's something we should read because
Yeah.
well, sadly, not only men. Sometimes I feel women, we still not support other women fully, and I'm not
Yeah.
talking about we as me and you. I'm talking about from
In
women
general.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, in general, because we need support each other because a lot of women believes that men they should lead and not women, and women are their place at home. Of course, if you want to stay at
Hmm.
home, go for it. If you want to go for work, if you want to have family, if you don't want, do whatever you want.
Hmm.
We should not judge each other. We should support each other and
Hmm.
respect each other decision. And that's, I believe, it's more important for us to do before asking men to support us. We should also, at the beginning, all of women support all of other women. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a conversation yesterday with Angela Jin. Do you remember Angela? She
Yeah.
was, yes, a community. I don't remember her actual title. Sorry, Angela, if you're listening. But she basically was heading up community for WordPress. And she left last July, June, July, something like that, to be able to explore other careers and go back to school. And I had a conversation with her yesterday. She is now starting a coaching business mostly for women who want to make transitions in their lives into higher director type positions in their corporations. And I was just like, when I had that conversation and we only had scheduled a half an hour, and I said, we have to schedule at least an hour a month now because I had so much fun talking to her. And at the end of the conversation, I said, I'm sending somebody to you because she's got to do so many hours to finish her certification. My mentee, who I have through WPIncludes.me, would be perfect for that. And so I connected the two of them to be able to help my mentee as well. And I won't name names because it's not mine to share who she is. It's hers to do that unless she has given me permission. So that's
Yeah.
why I'm not mentioning her name. But she's, first of all, this person that I'm mentoring badass woman. Like she is phenomenal. She is phenomenal. And I absolutely adore her. And so I want to help her as much as possible. But Angela's like just she's going gangbusters. She is, and she just looks good. She's happy. And like it was good. There's women in our lives, or people in our lives for sure, but there's women in my life who spending any time with them just lifts my spirits and makes me feel happier about the world. And you are one of those people. Angela is one of those people. Kathy Zant is one of those people. My friend Marianne Reisig, who's local in WordPress, she came over for dinner last night and we just sat on my couch and ate and talked, and she's one of those people. And there are more. I'm not going to sit here and just name a litany of women who who are bright spots in my life, but having that conversation with Angela when I haven't talked to her in quite some time really did lift my spirits. And I think you talk about women either there's three things we can do. We can be neutral and not care about anybody else, right? That's one thing. Certainly, that's an option. We can lift up other women, or we can try to tear down other women. And one of the things I talked about with Angela yesterday was exactly that, that if you have to belittle other people to make yourself feel big, you're not doing it right.
Definitely.
And women supporting women, that I this is one of my favorite quotes that I've said it a million times, but a rising tide lifts all boats, right? So if
Mm.
we are lifting other women, we're all rising together as
Yeah.
opposed to pushing other people down to feel big. And so the women that I talk to, like you and Angela and Marianne, and those are the people who also feel the same way, that we support one another, we lift ourselves as well. And so Yeah, and in this Women's History Month and International Women's Day, that's how we need to focus. We really do need to focus on the fact that when we encourage other women, we are also encouraging ourselves in the workplace, in volunteerism, in parenting, in wherever they are. If we can empower other women, we also empower all women. And so I think that's important to remember. And I'm really glad you brought that up.
Yeah, it's really important because the thing is, the world is changing. I'm not saying, and or we're not moving forward, we're moving backwards, and we need more support from each other because of course when a woman reach to a leadership position, all of the women in the company look at her like, how I can reach like you, how you can help me to go. We don't look at
Hmm.
like how he can help me. We
Right.
always look at each other like the sisterhood,
Mhm.
like, can you raise me up there with you? And that it's really important because of course there is a smaller group of women, they're not that supportive, but it's also okay to talk about it because we need
Hmm.
to understand the mindset, what's going on, what's happening. And yes, of course, at the end everyone has their own right choice. If you say like, hey, I believe women should stay at home, yeah, that's your belief, but it's nice to keep it for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
But also we that is the feminism, or like people
Right.
understanding no, women only support when women go to work. No, I support you in any shape you want to
That's
do, but
right.
also I
Hmm.
respect your decision and you need also to respect mine. I don't
Exactly.
I think we're going a little bit backwards in those things because also you can see a lot of women now like there's a lot of movement. If you need to have kids earlier, otherwise you're going to miss your chance. Or now there's a lot of women choosing um, free life without kids, and that sometimes people like starting, why you want to do that? This is her life, her choice. She
Hmm.
wants it, and we need to respect it
Hmm.
and not to interfere it. Or someone, as you say, changing your career later in life. It's so
Right.
difficult because
Yeah.
uh, going back to school and starting somewhere new, and also that barrier, because I found it difficult sometimes moving from one job to another, or even moving from one country to another to restart. And also the same, that you feel a little bit ambassador from your own people, that you need
Yeah.
to show the best. And sometimes it's not good because you work extra and extra to make sure. I hope next year we celebrate Women International Day in better situation around
Hmm.
the world. Of
Yeah.
course,
Same.
more freedom, uh, more right and choice if you want to do abortion, less salary gap, less unpaid labor, and also, of course, more women in leadership positions. Yeah.
Absolutely. I can't remember exactly the quote, but it was something along the lines of, as you climb the corporate ladder with one hand up to pull yourself up, make sure you extend the other hand down to bring the next woman up with you.
Yeah, that's really great. I love that.
Right?
Yeah.
I wish I could say I thought of that, but I don't remember who said it. I don't remember exactly how it was said, but that's the gist, the idea of it. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
but
I'm lucky. I
definitely.
just we a lot of women in our leadership positions. And the
Yeah.
woman like the our big boss in Ufold is a woman. So we're we're lucky. We're lucky.
Yeah. I'm hoping, I mean, I don't have a full-time job right now. I was recently laid off from Stellar. The president of the CEO, I don't remember which title hers is a woman at Liquid Web, which is nice, but I hope that my next position is someplace that empowers women as well. And I will say, I'm very grateful to Corey Miller and to Yoast de Valk and Marika van der Acht and Lindsay Miller, who entrusted me to be the executive director at Post Status. So they and now it's becoming a nonprofit that Yoast is the head of, and he did make the purchase of Post Status to make it a nonprofit, and but he believes that I am still the right person to serve at the head of it, and I truly appreciate that they value not only who I am as a person but women in roles of leadership, because for me it's a pretty big thing, and it's not something I take lightly.
Yeah, you're an awesome person. You can do
Oh, you
everything.
too.
Yeah, it's
I feel like together we're like, Wonder Twins. Remember I don't know if you ever saw that. Like when I was growing up, there was the Hall of Justice and it was like Batman and, Robin. I don't remember who all it was, Superman and Wonder Woman, whatever. And there's these two twins, a boy and girl twin. And they'd say Wonder Twin powers activate. And so like he was the shape of an animal and she was the shape of water or vice versa. I don't remember. Together, they worked together to but they couldn't do anything individually on their own. They had to be together. And it's like you and me, we accomplished so many wonderful things together through this. So thank you.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, I will be so glad to be your twin. So
Right? I know. It's wonderful. Well, I appreciate you very much, and I'm glad that we agree on so many things and that we have wonderful conversations.
yeah,
It's interesting. People say like, you can't have really good dialogue if people always agree on everything. That's not true, as long as you can talk about all of the issues. And I think that you and I have the ability to do that. So Wonder Twin powers activate, man.
also, I believe both of us look at the same thing and we have the same point of view, but we see it differently and we explain
Yeah.
it differently. And that's also the beauty.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
absolutely.
we're twin power. I think we should make a t-shirt or cap, or a
Oh,
cup.
yeah, for sure. Well, we'll work on that. You've
Yeah,
got artists over there. Have somebody draft something up.
definitely. Yeah, I have our amazing colleagues, Erwin and also Niels, Marta. They are really awesome in our illustration and creativity. So I think they can do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
We'll have to talk about that. Anyway. Well, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week, but I'm excited for whatever it is. And as always, if you, dear listener, have any ideas, please send them our way because we are always open to suggesting things that maybe aren't on our radar. And so we would love to hear what you have to say. And always, you can comment and send us ideas and tell us what you think of episodes. If you don't want to do that publicly, you can always just DM us or let us know because it's nice to hear that we're not shouting to avoid, that there are people who listen and appreciate the things that we share. And even if you have a differing opinion, we're open to that as well. So thank you. Thank you, Samah. We'll see
Thank
you all
you.
next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.